Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do kind of like a part 2 of my dividers video. And in that video I kind of showed you guys how to make the basic planner dividers with the tabs, the side tabs. And today I'm going to show you guys how to make it so that it has the holes, so that when you do it on your Cricut machine, that it'll cut the holes for you as well. In addition to that is adding the actual names to the divider itself. So for this video, I encourage you guys to watch the last video. I'll link it up here in the cards as well as below, because that one shows you how to create the actual initial tab. This one is going to carry on and show you how to make the holes as well as the adding the words. This part is really easy, like the labeling is easy. What's tricky is kind of figuring out where the holes go. I'm going to walk you through a pocket size today, and you can use the same process and same concepts to do any of the other sizes. Okay, for this, I think I talk about it in the video as well. I've already recorded that. Is you kind of need to use, I would use like cardstock paper, as well as I've used like those overhead projector sheets, because you can't print on like Mylar or those thicker clear divider tabs. And I think that's it. And for those of you who don't know, I do all of my designing and printing on my iPad for Cricut Design Space. I just find that's the easiest. So if it's a little bit different from what you see if you're using a desktop, hopefully it's slow enough that you guys can still follow. And I guess I'll get right into the video. Okay guys, so I am back in Cricut Design Space, and we are going to make those additions to the dividers. Okay, for the purposes of this video, I have some things ready for you, but I will definitely walk everything through with you so that you know exactly what to do. Okay, so again, if you guys haven't seen the original video, it's not going to make any sense. So go back there, and the link below or in the cards previously, and watch that video so that you know how to make, the actual dividers, just the dividers with the tabs. And from there, come back to this video so that then you can learn how to make the holes as well as the actual naming on the tabs, okay? So what we're gonna do is create the little hole for your dividers, right? And so what you want to do first is decide how big you want each of the holes. So for me, I like the holes to be about 0.2 inches. So you see here at the bottom that I have a width of 0.2 and a height of 0.2. So I would say that's relatively small, and yeah, it's not like a big hole, but I like it because I find it's most versatile for, any size of inserts, not inserts, dividers, but you could also use this for inserts if you wanted to print a dashboard, for example, on like a cardstock and you wanted your Cricut to cut it. But this size has worked well for me, so I recommend doing that. So then what you're going to do is you need to figure out where to line up the holes, okay? And I'm going to probably insert maybe a little video showing you how to measure it, but essentially what you're going to do is just take an existing insert that you have for a certain size and measure from the top of the paper to the top of that first hole, okay? So I'm going to show you pocket size today, because I need to create some pocket size dividers, but you can do this with any size. It's going to be the same thing. It just takes a little bit of measuring, a little bit of math, okay? So you see in the bottom that my position for this hole is 0.16 for the height and 0.16 for the width and 0.39 from the top, okay? And the width position, the 0.16, again, you can measure that by taking your insert and measuring from the edge to the edge of your hole. Again, I will insert a video after this to show you guys. But hopefully that kind of makes sense already, okay? So then when I measured this from a pocket insert, the edge of my hole, the left edge of my hole was about 0.16 inches, and my first hole from the top was about 0.39 inches. It might also help if you start with centimeters and then convert it, just because on a ruler the centimeters is tighter than the inches, but do whatever you like, okay? But the measuring here is very important, because if you get this all wrong, then it's not going to line up when you punch it, okay? So this is a bit complicated. I'm going to warn you guys, okay? You need to be precise. Okay. So my first hole is 0.16 to 0.39. Then what you're going to do is go back to your insert and measure where is your second hole. Okay? So you're going to measure down to the second hole. Again, using the same concept. Take the top of the paper to the top of your second hole on your insert, as well as the size. I mean, the side you don't have to remeasure, because you're just going to use the same width size as your first one. So for me, 0.16. For my second one, I already know from the edge it's going to be 0.16 inches. And then now, where is my second hole? Okay, when I measured on my paper, it was 1.14 inches from the top. Okay, so that's where your second hole is going to be. Again, third hole. Measure from the top of the paper to the top of the third hole. Okay, because these positionings on the Cricut Design Space is based on the top of that circle. Okay, I hope that makes sense. The top, not the middle, the top, where it hits the top, okay? So again, 0.16 from the edge and 1.89 from the top is where my third hole is. Same concept. The fourth hole. I'm going to show you guys these measurements, because for anyone who's doing pocket, then you'll already have the positionings. Again, 0.16 from the side, 2.64 from the top. The fourth one, or the fifth one, sorry. 0.16 again, 3.39 from the top. And the last one, 0.16, 4.13 from the top. Okay, so again, I need to specify to you guys that it is really important that you guys make sure that this is measured accurately, or else the holes won't line up. I can't even tell you how many trial and errors I had to do in order, to get it to line up consistently. And I'll show you a trick on how you can check if it's done correctly, okay? So after you do the holes, you're going to take the size of your divider. So mine, for me, it's a pocket. Ignore the fact that mine is a blank. Just imagine there's a tab on here. But I don't need to cut any of them, just because I've already had it prepped, so I'm just showing you, okay? So let me just duplicate this so I don't ruin it. Okay, so mine's pocket size. So here's my pocket size divider. Imagine there's a tab on it. You're going to put it to the corner, and then you're going to highlight everything, okay? Make sure you highlight all your all your holes. Go into action and go into... Oops, sorry, you can't do it. Sorry, you have to do it one by one. Okay, so highlight your rectangle, then highlight the first hole and hit slice. Okay? Then you're going to keep doing that. And the reason I just showed you an error there, it's actually a good thing I did that. You can't just slice everything. You can only slice 2 elements at a time. So that's why you have to go one by one, okay? Then you're going to take the second hole, slice it, third hole, slice it, okay? I'm not going to walk you through every single one, but you get the concept, right? So you're going to slice each hole, okay? Just like how I did. So you take that rectangle, highlight one hole, slice, take the rectangle again, slice, and slice all your holes. Once you sliced all the holes, you're going to have something like this. okay? Let me just hide these holes so that I don't confuse you here. And let me show you a trick on how you know if you did your holes properly. When you have your divider with the holes, duplicate it. So don't redo this process on every one and then do the check, okay? Because if you did it wrong on the first one, then you're going to have to redo everything, okay? So just take the one that you already did, duplicate it, flip it around, and put them side by side. If you did this correctly, your holes should line up, okay? Do you guys see that? Do you see how, oopsies, I think I just made that bigger by accident. When you duplicate it and flip it around, you'll see that the holes line up. If, for example, your holes are offset like that, you didn't do it correctly, okay? And you need to go back and remeasure. Unfortunately, I can't show you guys what the measurements are for every size because I don't have it in every size, because it is a time-consuming process to make it work, okay? That's why I'm just showing you guys the pocket. So you guys do need to, unfortunately, figure that out if you're using a different size from pocket. But it's the same concept, same principle, okay? And after you know that it lines up, so even if you have, FC Compact, if you have A5, it doesn't matter. When you flip it around, it should line up. And again, I'm sorry, guys, I don't know why the background goes black. If you see my other Cricut Design Space videos, you'll see that does that sometimes, and it's really annoying. I don't know why it does that. Okay, so that's that. And I know there was a few follow-up questions on that. Okay, so then after you know it's correct, you can go and slice each of your divider pages, okay? And now I'm going to show you guys how to add the text. Again, it's really simple. Ignore me scrolling around my layers. I don't know why I'm doing that. It's probably super confusing. Okay, so you're going to take one of your dividers, and what you're going to do is you're going to go to, in the bottom left, your second button, text, okay? Sorry, my internet here has been really slow, and it's really affecting my Cricut Design Space. I hope that this shows up for you guys. Shoot. Oh, here we go. Okay. So, pick any font that you want, and we're going to put insert text, okay? And so I'm going to create this for my GTD inserts, because I'm moving my GTD inserts over to Pocket just because I'm on the go a lot, and I haven't been accessing it as much if it's in my FC Compact because it's just so big. So I wanted to redo it with Pocket in my Pocket size. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I'll link my GTD video below for those of you who are interested. Okay, so all you do is pretty good, right? So write your text, flip it sideways like I just did, just rotate it, and choose the size that you kind of like. And then what you're going to do is you're going to highlight, first click on your text again, go to edit or actions. In your edit, so in the bottom middle, your second button called edit. It's hard to see with this black background. I'm so sorry. I hope this is showing up. But in your edit, you find your cut and your fill options, right? And you want to go here and put print, because you want this to be printed onto your insert, not cut, right? So again, let me explain that again. You inserted your text, placed it on the location that you want. Go into edit, which is this in the middle section, the second button, and hit print. Initially it was under cut. Hit print and choose the color that you want. Okay, so I just chose black. And then what you're going to do is highlight your tab plus your text, go to actions, and choose your flatten button. And again, because you can't see, it's the one with the two triangles, two squares, and the arrow pointing down. Okay, and you're going to hit flatten. All right. And then what you're going to do is just go back again, do the same process. Text. Okay. And then my next one is going to be next. And then line it up. Kind of about the same size. And then again, same concept. You're going to highlight the two. When you're highlighting with it, just make sure you go in here and make sure you're only highlighting your, the next, for in my example, the next tab plus your text. So here in my layers pane, I see that I've also highlighted the flattened set, which is your inbox set, and I don't want to do that because I don't want to have it be attached to my next. So I'm going to click that, which unhighlights my inbox, and now I know it's only my next word. Oh, and also my last tab is highlighted, so unhighlight that, unhighlight all the other tabs that it highlighted by accident, and only have my second tab, right? You guys see that there? Again, go into actions and hit flatten. Okay, and I won't do all of them, but that's just what you do for each of them. Oh, and sorry, let me undo that for a second. I just want to make sure that, see, I put here, see how in the side it's cut? I had forgotten to go to edit and change this to print, and then move it over. Okay, so guys, make sure that your text is in print, okay? Not cut. Again, I'll show you again, highlight. You can highlight everything if you want, and then just go to the layers pane, which is in the middle section, your fourth button, and make sure only the tab that you want the text printed onto is highlighted, okay? After I know it's highlighted, then you can go to actions and hit flatten. Again, that's middle row, first button, and then the flatten is the two squares with the arrow pointing down, and flatten, okay? And you're just going to go do that on each of your tabs, and then when you're ready, you're going to go to make, and you'll see that the ones that I've created, it's a print and cut. So what you're going to do is obviously print it onto the material that you want to print it onto to make your dividers, and then continue into cut. And I can link down below the material, some of the materials that I use. So the two that I have tried that I typically use when I want to print something onto is just standard 65-pound cardstock, and I can link some for you. You have to print on white, okay? So you don't go finding colored cardstock and try printing on that. The print and cut function only works on white, as far as I know. If I'm wrong, please correct me below. Yeah, so I'll link some white cardstock for you guys. And the other one that I printed on is like overhead film. You know, the projector films, like back in the day, for those of you who are old enough to know about overheads. I've printed on that before, and that I know can be finicky depending on the printer that you have. On my laser, it works great. On inkjet, I'm not so sure, but I can link those as well if I can find them. Okay, so those are the two that I've tried. I hope you guys found this tutorial useful. If you guys have any questions, let me know below. The only thing that I'm not going to be answering is if you're asking for measurements. Like, I just can't go and do every single size. But any other questions, let me know. If you're having issues with the process, please comment below, and I can help you as much as I can, okay? If you guys like this type of video, please consider subscribing, liking this video, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.